If this message speaks to you, don't just like it, pass it on. Share it directly with someone who needs to hear it, because messages like this don't always reach everyone they should. Thank you and enjoy. How separate but equal was used to keep black people down. Segregation wasn't just custom, it was enforced by law to divide and control. A door that led to nowhere. After Reconstruction ended, the South created new laws to separate black people from white people in every part of life. Signs began to appear everywhere. White only, colored entrance. These were not just signs, they were laws. Laws that forced separation in school, buses, trains, parks, restaurants, even hospitals. White lawmakers claimed this was fair because it was separate but equal. But everyone knew the truth. The black side was never equal. The Supreme Court made it official. In 1896, a court case called Plessy versus Ferguson changed history. Homer Plessy, a man who was part black, sat in a white-only train car. He was arrested for breaking the segregation law. When he challenged it, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation was legal, as long as things were separate but equal. That decision gave every state permission to divide people by race. And once it became law, segregation spread everywhere. Our schools had broken desks and no books. The white schools knew everything. They said it was equal, but even a child could see the lie. What segregation looked like? Schools? Black children studied in rundown buildings with hand-me-down books. Buses? Black riders sat in the back or gave up their seats. Restaurants and stores? Black customers waited or were refused service. Hospitals? Black patients were treated in the worst conditions. Public life? Everywhere you turned, the law reminded you of your place. Segregation wasn't about fairness, it was about control. Violence backed the laws. These laws were enforced with fear. Lynchings terrified black communities into staying silent. Groups like the Ku Klux Klan attacked those who resisted. Police often helped or looked away. The message was clear: stay where we say or suffer the consequences. Why did they do this? Because segregation protected white power. It kept wealth, school, jobs, and opportunities in white hands while locking black people out. These rules were written to divide communities and keep black people down. So ask yourself, why would a court call separate but equal fair when it was a lie? How do unfair laws shape the way people see themselves? And what happens to a society built on division? What you can do: learn how segregation shaped housing, schools, and jobs even today. Stand up when you see someone treated as less. And remember, real equality means breaking down the walls that divide. They didn't just build fences, they built a system that said, you don't belong. Segregation was never about equal treatment. It was about keeping one group up while pushing another down. The invisible rules wrote the lines that divided us, but lines can be erased. If you're still here, thank you for hanging out this long. Please hit the like and subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that I can bring you more content like this.